before we get into a strategy that could seriously change your business, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to @BrandTechOff right down below, and maybe drop a comment with your biggest growth challenge. It really helps a ton. Thanks.
Okay, let's get into it. How to 10x your business value without adding a single customer? I know. It sounds kind of like clickbait, right? We've all been taught that growth just means more customers, period. But today, we're going to flip that idea on its head and look at a way smarter way to scale. So, this idea comes from Dan Martell, a guy who's built and sold multiple companies and invested in a bunch more. He starts with this one question that should just stop you in your tracks. What if I told you that your business could be worth 2, 3, even 10 times more without adding a single customer? Just thinking about that for a second completely changes the conversation about growth, doesn't it?
So here's our game plan for how we're going to break this down. First, we'll expose the growth myth. Then we'll get into the real value metric, what the smart money actually looks for. After that, the fun part, the 3 LTV levers you can pull to totally transform your business. We'll get super practical with putting it into practice, and finally, we'll build your new growth engine. Let's do this.
All right, first up, the growth myth. Most founders are just stuck on this treadmill. They think the only way to build a bigger business is to just get a longer list of customers. But honestly, in today's world, that's becoming a really expensive and frankly inefficient way to do things.
This slide says it all. The old way is kind of like trying to fill a bucket with a giant hole in it. You're just constantly pouring new customers in the top, but you're losing them just as fast. The new way, it's about fixing the bucket. It's about focusing on the people already there. I mean, we know it's 5 to 7 times easier to sell to a customer you already have. This isn't just about saving money, it's about building a real, predictable profit machine.
Okay, so if chasing new customers is the old broken way, what's the new way? If just counting heads isn't the magic number, what is? Well, that brings us to the real value metric. The number that sophisticated buyers, the people who would actually buy your company, really care about.
And it all boils down to this: lifetime value, or LTV. The definition here is simple, but man is it powerful. It's how much money your business makes from a single customer over their entire lifetime with you. We're not talking about one purchase, we're talking about their total value, over months or hopefully even years.
Now, LTV is only half of the puzzle. The other piece is your customer acquisition cost, or CAC. This is just a fancy way of saying, how much did you have to spend on ads, on sales, on marketing, just to get that one new person to walk through the door? It's the cost side of the equation.
And this is where the magic happens. It's all about the ratio between those two numbers. Look at this chart. If you're spending $1 to get a customer, but you're only making, say, $2 back over their lifetime, you're in that weak zone. Your business is fragile. A healthy business? That's in the middle, around 3-to-1 to 5-to-1. But the elite companies, the ones that get those jaw-dropping valuations, they're way up there, over 5-to-1. They can spend money on growth knowing they're going to make it back 5, 6, 10 times over. Now that is a machine.
And to really hammer this home, Dan Martell uses this amazing example. Picture a business where a customer pays you $100 one time per year. Their LTV is $100. Okay, now picture a business with that exact same customer, but they pay you $100 a month and they stick around for 3 years. All of a sudden, their LTV is $3,600. That is a 36 times difference in value. To an investor, those are two completely different universes.
So the $1 million or maybe $10 million question is, how do we actually make LTV go up? Well, it sounds complicated, but it's not. It all comes down to just 3 things. We're going to call them the 3 LTV levers, and they are literally the only ways to increase your customer value.
It's really this simple. Number 1, get your customers to stick around longer. Number 2, get them to buy from you more often. And number 3, get them to spend more money each time they do buy. Every single growth tactic you can think of, it fits into one of these 3 buckets. That's the whole game right there.
All right, enough with the high-level theory. Let's get our hands dirty. How do we actually pull these levers in the real world? In this next part, putting it into practice, we're going to get into the specific tactical plays you can run for each one of these levers.
So for that first lever, keeping customers longer, it's all about their experience. You got to have an amazing onboarding process so they see how awesome your product is, like immediately. This is where doing stuff that seems unscalable, like one-on-one calls, can have a huge payoff. The whole idea is to make your product sticky so it becomes a part of their daily life.
And don't just sit around waiting for them to complain. Be proactive, have customer success teams, build communities, keep them engaged.
Now for level 2, getting them to buy more often. This is about creating more chances for them to give you money. Smart pricing models are huge here. Think about usage-based pricing. The more value they get, the more they pay. Or maybe you can offer more sessions, more user licenses, things like that. It's also about just staying on their radar with things like podcasts or a Facebook group, so when they need something else, you're the first person they think of.
And finally, lever 3, increasing how much they spend each time. This is your classic upsell, but you gotta do it smart. A great tactic is the profit maximizer. It's a super relevant offer you show them right after they buy something, and relevance is key. If they bought a digital thing, offer a digital upgrade. If they bought a physical thing, offer another physical thing that goes with it. You can even create content, like little tutorials, that naturally shows them why they need your other products.
Okay, so let's tie this all together. It's time to build your new growth engine. And really what this is a fundamental shift in your mindset. It's about stopping the endless chase for new people and starting to systematically expand the value of the amazing customers you already have.
If you walk away with just one single idea from all of this, let it be this one. The most valuable customer on the planet is the one who's already paid you. Your main job as a business owner isn't just to find new people. It's to serve your current customers so well that they want to stick around, they want to buy more, and they want to spend more. That right there is the engine of real, sustainable, and super valuable growth. And that brings us right to the final question for you. You've got the playbook now. You have 3 incredibly powerful levers sitting right there in front of you, ready to multiply your business's value. So, which one are you going to pull first?